What is up, blockchain gang? In a recent plot twist, I've decided to combine the MIR4 patch notes, events, and character progression all into one video, since they are both being released at the same time anyway. Now I can journal the game's progress alongside purple drinks, in hopes of inspiring a Netflix adaptation starring Mila Jovovich, which is what this channel has always been about since day one, and you would know that if you were really a fan. Anywho, it's time for everyone's favorite portrait event, returning every 4 weeks right on time like a menstrual cycle, to burn 7 inventory spaces all week long in exchange for up to 5 sacks of random goodies each day from the painter. Since you are relying on RNG to receive portraits by slaying monsters within 20 levels of your character, you may also trade needed portraits with your clan members. It's important to note that you can only receive portraits from farming the field, elite, lab, or valley areas. The top 20 clans that collect the most sacks will be rewarded with time-limited buffs that persist for 3 weeks. If you accumulate many duplicates of a single portrait, you can always expedite your trades by increasing the amount you're trading for more of the portraits you actually need. So instead of trading 1 for 1, it may be helpful if you trade 5 for 3, which will help your allies even more, so you can all get a better rank. But trading is limited to once per day. Of course, the grand prize is a single legendary dragon statue with smaller prizes such as buff potions, currencies, and summoning scrolls. Previously this week, we made announced that if its users were still experiencing login or connection issues, they could be resolved by linking more than one account to your game account. The available options are Google, Facebook, and Apple. They also announced that they have banned an additional 9,112 accounts, putting them only 45,000 accounts away from 14 million, when the Mayans predicted the world would finally come to an end, at least according to their calendar. In other news, Wemix will be listed on Singapore's largest exchange called Bit.com. This could increase volume and prices slightly in the short term, or Bit.com could dump a large portion of the tokens immediately, lowering the price, or it could have absolutely no effect whatsoever. It all just depends on how popular the token is on that exchange really. Ha! Loophole, bitches. You can't get me on financial advice if I state all possible outcomes have a probability of becoming a reality. In fact, I already know which one it will do, but our legal team won't allow me to disclose said information until it happens. Without any other major updates to the game this week, let's get right into the progression. To be honest, I was just lazy. Typically, it is best practice to update your market prices every day, which can take 10 to 15 minutes, which I did not do at all this week. And it shows because I only earned 327 gold, while still having 1,800 in the market and another 500 in inventory. I'll get to it eventually, but I was able to craft my epic necklace and 5th rare dragon artifact. I also need more epic mystic enhancement stones, after failing an embarrassing amount of 50% rolls in a row on it and the sword that I made last week. We got another dragon scale, and I think I'm going to save this one for combinations. I might make a video soon on comparing the cost to increase the tier of your epic equipment for saving up for a legendary, since the damp Yo website went pay to learn. I didn't get anywhere with magic stones and was able to increase my gathering speed with an epic flower. Mostly this was due to grinding all 3 tickets in the peak and square at the same time for max experience instead of taking out all of the bosses and unique monsters, which helped me hit level 102. Crazy RNG for rare pets, but these were all going into the codex anyway, so nothing exciting. Speaking of codex, I completed 8 new entries and increased the inner force a bit. Of course, with fewer bosses came fewer books, but I was able to grab the 7th rare ultimate tome and finally get that up to level 7. Since I already had the epic book, I believed I could awaken it right away, but of course it requires 2 of them. Somehow I knew this before but forgot and got all excited. When all is said and done, I gained 2,115 power this week, which puts the total over the past 4 weeks to 9,815 as a free player. I earned 4,027 gold during that period of time, which was all dumped back into the market for specific areas of progression that I needed to expedite growth, even while having poor luck on rare and epic combinations as well as duplicate mystic burners. That's all I could think of for today. I hope you remember to like and subscribe so we can do this again sometime. We made horse. It's in the game.